Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Q3 2025 Cirrus Insight Feature Release webinar. I'm excited to have for you all to be here. My name is Cody, and I'm a product manager here at Cirrus Insight. We are adding a link to the chat so folks can sign up for the beta of new features we're currently working on, as well as a booking link towards the end if you'd like to get some time on the calendar to talk about features we'll go over today, so stay tuned for that. We'll have time at the end for some Q&A. Here's a quick overview of all the features we'll be reviewing. As you see, there's quite a lot of items, so we'll get started. The first thing we'll jump into is Meeting AI. So Meeting AI enables sales teams to use automatically curated pre-meeting research, which cuts down on prep time, giving reps the information they need to have concise conversations with prospects, all the while using the least amount of effort possible. Having conversations with our AI agent to learn more about the company's attendees and get help with key topics before going into the meeting. Meeting AI supports Salesforce integration and will generate research based on data in your CRM using any standard Salesforce objects. Meeting AI is designed for mobile and small screens, so you can use it on the go. Next, we'll talk about the left navigation updates. Feedback from our customers has allowed us to update the navigation to make it even more user-friendly, especially for admins. As an admin, you'll be taken to org settings as a default experience. Some pages and other elements have moved around, which we'll talk about in the demo. There's quite a lot, so that will be kind of the bulk of what we'll look into. So let's jump in next to, we'll talk about some scheduling updates. The first thing is intro org scheduling. So intro org scheduling solves the issue of needing to see calendars of users who are in different related orgs. Users can add members to team schedules who are in different orgs. Team schedules and colleague calendars now show all calendars within the user's current org and any approved orgs. Both calendar lists support infinite scrolling to see more without needing to start to first search for anything. And favorite calendars will always be at the top of these lists. A new filter was added to team schedules to allow users to see only calendars they created for or are a member of. Oops, I meant to switch slides there. Sorry about that. This is what the interface looks like, the before and after for team schedule and for colleague calendars, in case you're wondering. The next thing here is we have booking pages are now automatically detect the browser language and displays words and dates and times and formats in the format that visitors expect to see, maintaining UX consistency for international prospects and clients. Currently, we support French with the possibility of adding more languages. We have chosen French as initial starting point as we had clients who were asking us for supporting this region and this language. So if you have clients and prospects that operate in a consistent region that would benefit from having this kind of experience, please reach out and let us know. We are looking at implementing Spanish as the next language to our booking pages. There's nothing that a user has to do to set this up. It would just automatically translate it on the fly. And the last thing in scheduling is Smart Scheduler updates. Smart Scheduler now includes many more availability customization options to provide teams unlimited flexibility, including specific start and end dates, as well as static date ranges. These updates help teams who need more constraints and options for displaying availability. One such example are companies who attend conferences and need to ensure that prospects are shown only times on the dates their staff will be at the conference. Now let's talk about sync and sidebar updates. The first thing is signature capture. Signature capture has been updated to use our privately hosted AI service to detect signatures and emails and pass all relevant data into contact and lead creation forms. When filing a contact or lead with our sidebar, signature capture will pre-populate fields in the create form based on what it found in the signature, cutting down time it takes to add new people in Salesforce and virtually eliminating manual data entry. No data is stored in our system as part of this process. Thread-based Smart Link automatically syncs emails to the same records as the previously filed email, streamlining the process of keeping emails up to date in Salesforce. Once you file an email, Email Sync automatically handles syncing future emails to that related thread. And finally, a new section called Field Sync Options has been added to Email Sync and Calendar Sync settings. This helps prevent the syncing of details of key fields into Salesforce. It's useful in cases where a rep is handling sensitive data that should not be synced into other systems, but client interactions still need to be recorded for things like activity tracking or KPIs. Calendar sync supports subject, location, and detail fields. Email sync supports subject and body fields. When any of these toggles are disabled, sync will continue to sync the object to Salesforce, but will leave out the details of the disabled field. Next, let's talk about CSV user import. As you can guess, it does exactly what it sounds like. CSV import allows admins to bulk add and update users in Cirrus Insight. It supports first name, last name, email addresses, Salesforce user ID, title, department, and phone number fields. Only names and email addresses are required to do an import or an update. If an import or update fails or partially succeeds, you will receive an email with details about which people had failures and what caused it so you can make corrections to the file and try again. Next, let's jump into a quick demo of some of the features that we have talked about. We'll start with signature capture. I'm going to go ahead and change my screen sharing really fast here, so give me 1 second. All right. So here I have an email with a signature and a bunch of information, name, title, phone number, address is all in here. And I'm going to create this as a new contact in my Salesforce environment. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that button there. And what signature capture does is it jumps in there, it scans through the email, finds details about the person, and pulls information out about from the signature, and automatically selects the correct fields that it relates to. If their field has multiple options, such as a phone number or even maybe email address, you can select that in a drop down if you need to. And once you've done that, you hit continue, and our system will automatically populate the fields in your contact or lead form, and then you just hit create. If the fields are populated correctly right from the get-go, then you don't have to make any changes. You're just clicking a couple buttons and you didn't have to touch your keyboard a single time. Next thing we'll jump into is the scheduling booking page translation. As you can see, I have changed my browser language to French to demonstrate this. Uh, there's no configuration that you would actually need to do on your end. If you have a visitor that has their language in French, then this page just automatically renders like that. And so, as you can see, the time format has been updated to 24-hour time. The day format has been updated for that region, and all the wording on the page that is not specific to internal settings that you configure on your booking pages are automatically translated. This also includes the details pages. All this is done automatically, no configuration needed. Moving on, we're going to take a look at a couple of meeting AI pages. So I had mentioned it does support the Salesforce data source as an option. So if you're an admin in your org and you want to have your users use that option, you would just go to your meeting AI settings and you would select Salesforce as the data source option, and it's done. It's set, ready to go. Future meetings that get researched will be done using your Salesforce info. This relies on a personal Salesforce connection, so any users who go into Meeting AI who do not have one will be prompted to connect their Salesforce account, and then from that point, everything will work just as it should. Jumping into the actual Meeting AI calendar interface, this is a test account, so of course I don't have a lot of meetings on here, but what this calendar would do is show you all of your internal and external meetings. And a meeting that is external, meaning a meeting that has at least one person on it that is not within your company, will be automatically researched. So you don't have to click or do anything. And a research meeting is denoted by a completely blue chip here in the calendar. And if I click on this, it takes me to the details page of that meeting. I have the links where I can join the call directly from there. If they're using Zoom or Google Meet or Teams or whatever it might be, we'll have that populated. We'll say what data source that we've used to research this, and we display all the information about the company that we have found, as well as any social media accounts related to it, and any contacts on the account or in the meeting rather that are also present. So it does all that research for you automatically. You don't have to touch a thing, and it just runs straight through. I have a very handy chat agent down here that has predetermined prompts I can send it. So I can very easily just click one of these and it'll generate a response that I can use for that. I can even type in my own questions and get more information about the contacts and the accounts that are on the meeting. And if you have Salesforce set as your data source, it'll give you responses about things like opportunities and tasks and any kind of standard Salesforce object. All right, let's jump into the last thing here in our demo, and this is probably the most notable thing you're going to see today, as you'll notice quite a lot of changes once this rolls out, and this is the updated navigation. So we've made a lot of enhancements here from feedback based from our customers, and I just want to kind of run top down real quick and go over some of the things that have moved around. It's not a lot, so starting here, you'll notice that. The avatar icon and the help icon are no longer at the bottom left. We have moved that here to the top right. So all these will just live here in line with the title and subtitle of every page. When you mouse over your avatar, it just automatically pops out. You no longer have to do any clicking there. We've made dedicated pages for three key sections. So the first thing is manage connections. Originally, you'd have to go to your profile. You click a little globe icon at the top right, and it would pop out a blade. We have since made that just a dedicated navigational item, so you can jump right to it and not have to go hunt for it every time. The next thing for admins, you'll see domains have also moved. They used to be in the org profile, similarly under a little icon at the top right. We have made a dedicated page for domains. All the domains you have in that list will be here. Adding and deleting domains is all done through here as well. So that should make it much easier to just locate that and get straight to what you need. And then finally, if you remember the org profile page used to have a tab here for the org settings. That too has moved. We've just created an advanced section here for that. So if you're looking for where your login options are, any kind of like app connectors and service accounts, that'll all be here in the advanced section. Now we're going to run through the primary navigation icons because we have done a lot of consolidation here. So starting up here at scheduling. So meeting AI, for those of you who've had it enabled, you're used to seeing it at the very top of this navigation bar. We have moved that into a scheduling app and as well as Smart Scheduler. So these are now consolidated underneath our meeting app. You probably have seen people and companies were in here too. We've moved those into a relationships app. You will see this if you have meeting AI enabled. Moving down, all of the pages related to analytics for scheduling, sync, things of that nature. If you have the new buyer signals enabled, all that has been moved into here. So if you're used to seeing them living in like the sidebar settings or sync settings pages, those are now going to be under the Insights app. And if you're looking at sync, you have these little buttons here to the far right that show the different sync information or sync logs for events, emails, and tasks. So if you're looking for that, this is where you'll find it. And lastly, the big key thing here, let me jump back down. Actually, before we go there, calendar views had a little globe icon as well, which would display your list of all of your calendars. We have turned that into a button here. And so that's how you'll access this pane. So you can access all your calendars like you would in the sidebar. You can do it here in your dashboard too. That's been a thing for a while. It just wasn't very obvious that you could do it, but now you see this little button on your calendar views page. Just a quick mention, if you're looking for calendar views, they'll be under your personal settings down here. So let's take a quick look at a lot of the updates we've made to the overall settings navigation itself. So as an admin, I want to call out a couple things here. When you are looking at these pages here at the top above administration, you're going to see two tabs on each of these pages. Org settings is the default tab you'll be dropped on when you go to any of these pages. And so no matter where you're clicking inside of this, you're going to find yourself looking at the settings for the org. Now, if you are not an admin, then you're not going to see any tabs here. You'll just be in your personal settings. You won't even you'll run into this interface here. So just a quick call out on that. So as an admin, just you'll be able to jump into these things much faster, get to where you need to be. All the setting pages themselves on the interiors, all of this stuff here is still the same. Nothing's changed. The links that you're used to using, if you bookmark anything, those are still the same. So all that should be a really easy transition. And hopefully this update here makes it much more obvious of when you're editing org settings versus personal settings. So that concludes our demo. Let me switch my screen share back to my presentation. All right. So this is all the new features that were discussed today will be immediately available following this webinar, with the exception of signature capture. Signature capture will be rolled out in phases over the next coming weeks. If you're interested in early access to signature capture, please contact me. My email address and a booking link are available in the chat. Meeting AI will also be available, though it will be disabled by default at the organizational level for any companies in the financial services industry or any other industries that handle sensitive data such as health records. Administrators in these orgs can enable Meeting AI when they are ready. In October, quick call out for you, any Outlook users. Microsoft is deprecating an old technology they call Outlook REST API. To prepare for this, we are enabling the new Graph API on September 30th. And this will allow us to start rolling out the new buyer signals to Outlook users starting in October. So keep an eye out for that. So what's coming next? First thing is Cirrus Next. Cirrus Next automatically suggests actions and drafts the work for you to review, approve, and send. It helps streamline and prioritize your day-to-day work and tasks. And Next also alerts you when action is required for things like app connections and account health. The next is automated research delivery. This provides daily research about your client and prospect meetings directly to your inbox. This helps ensure you are prepared to have high-value interactions that drive deals forward. And finally, buyer discovery. This is a real-time in-meeting coach that helps you ask the right questions and close deals faster. It suggests questions to ask, points to focus on, and areas to avoid based on how the conversation is going.
Hey, Cody.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we're seeing the right screen right now. We are still
Oh
seeing
my
your.
gosh. I did not change my screen share. I'm so sorry. Thank
No
you,
worries.
Mike. Let me jump back. I apologize. Let's do that again. Yeah, I won't repeat what I just said because you already heard me, but just give you a quick visual of what what to be looking out for, what these apps are shaping up to be. This is Cirrus Next, like I mentioned. This is automatically, essentially your automated assistant to help you get work done. And this is your automated research that will be delivered to your inbox. And then finally, buyer discovery, an example of our AI-powered assistant that's helping you with your meetings in real time. Thanks for calling that out, Mike. I appreciate that. All right, and that's a wrap. If you'd like to join the beta programs for any of these things we talked about, you can visit the URL on the screen or rather in the chat. And then we'll reach out to you as soon as the feature is ready for customer feedback. We also have a couple other URLs in there and some booking links. If you'd like to jump on our calendars, feel free. We'd love to meet up with you and answer any questions you might have. And I'm just going to take a quick peek at our survey and see how things ended up wrapping up here. So it looks like the majority of folks are very interested in meeting AI with Salesforce integration. That's great to see, followed very closely by new Salesforce sync controls and a lot of people interested in new navigation. That's awesome. But I think those are all things we have right now. We do have time for some questions. So let's take a look at what questions we might have here. If you do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat and let's see what you got.
So let me ask a couple
Yes.
questions for you, if I may. One is just I think you just showed a lot of functionality, um, covering a lot of different areas, and some of the stuff is really targeted at salespeople or advisors or sort of end user, revenue producers and drivers, and some of it is targeted at administrators and sales support type functions. We covered a wide breadth. A couple of questions. First of all, and maybe this is a question for the audience too, is this format useful for us to do periodically? Because the reality is that we are releasing new features and functionality all the time, creating new value, and our hope is that everyone is aware of it. But we recognize that maybe not everybody is in all the ways that you might expect to be. So, a webinar like this, periodically, quarterly, every so often, if you think that would be valuable, please feel free to let us know. And um, and then specifically, I know that there's a form in here for signing up for the beta. I guess the question is just generally if anyone has a particular feature that seemed of interest to them, is that the best way to get more information? And can you, I guess, so you can get in from more information without necessarily enrolling in a beta program, right? Like you can just reach out to us and let us know what you think about the features. If you have questions, if it seems interesting, you just want to know more, or maybe you do want to have access to the functionality right away. All of those things are valid, and I believe that the button that says enroll in the beta is the best way to do all of those things.
Yes, definitely. And oh, Ryan, go ahead. Your answer to that question. Go for it. Can I answer it? Or okay, I'll take care of that. So actually, let's start with Robin's question. Robin asks, with the email thread, will it create separate entries in Salesforce, or will it add to the originally filed email? The idea is it adds to the originally filed email, so that way it all kind of stays together as like a continuous conversation. So that way you're not having to chase down a bunch of different messages. And Nikki asks, can you talk more about the Salesforce Outlook calendar syncing and if there is any AI functionality that will be introduced to this function? Currently, we don't have any plans to incorporate AI into sync. Um, we are building new AI tools from the ground up, Meeting AI, Cirrus Next, Signature Capture being a few of them. But our sync as it stands today is not changing towards that at any time as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Nikki, I would be interested in the context behind that.
Mhm.
What sense are you thinking about AI being able to create new value for a backend sync process? Would love to hear from you more on that.
And for those, if you're looking for a way to ask questions, the Q&A is where you would drop these questions. Yes, a webinar recording will be sent out. We will also include links to schedule to our booking pages, as well as the What's New page. So if you want to jump in and get any information from there, you can jump in, and get on our calendars, or get links to any of these things we've talked about. Okay, so yeah, Mike says, Nikki says, salespeople being able to speak into AI to schedule AI is where I was going with that, though.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah. So if you're okay with it, Nikki, we may reach out to you after the webinar just to talk more about that. But in terms of um, distinguishing just between sync and calendar scheduling, yeah, absolutely. We're looking at AI for where it can, open new doors throughout all of our functionality. So that's a cool idea. We'd love to talk to you more about it.
yeah. And Robin's asking for external calendars to be added. Is that a feature that our company admin would have to turn on? We'll need to check and see what plan your org is on. So depending on that, would determine the answer. So we'll follow up with you once we get a chance to take a look at your account and see where you're at. We do offer calendar scheduling in pro and expert plans. If you're on a sync only plan, that doesn't include scheduling, but we'd be happy to get connected to validate that. And if we need to get you on a updated plan to include scheduling, we can certainly do that as well. So we'll follow up with you, Robin, after this. Um,
Cool.
Yeah. So Nikki said she'd love a sidebar. Yeah. We'd love to hear that. And yeah, you guys are very welcome. So we'll plan to follow up with each of you individually to go over more of your questions. And if anybody else has any Q&A they would like to drop here before we wrap up, please feel free. We just have a few minutes left here and happy to answer any questions you might have.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and wrap.
Yep. All
Um,
right, cool. That sounds good. Well, thanks everybody so much for your time. It's been great getting to show off all this great work that's happening, and we'll be enabling pretty much most of these features here as soon as this webinar concludes. So get ready for that, and we're here if you have any questions, and we'll get that webinar recording sent out to you here shortly. All right, everybody, thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.